salute to everybody that's here. Salute to everybody. Make sure y'all like the stream. Was good, Kathy. Mortal Beast was good. I see what Keita Rose is doing. I see what she's upset about. But she has to understand the nature of these heifers. They like toxic men. They got dirt on them. Was good, Slim. That's only going to make those women support him even more. But she's upset. She's angry. She says she quit her job to tour with these people. Heard of them doing live. I didn't know that this thing had been going on since 2019? So you mean to tell me you have Negroes, because that's mainly who they were, paying money to go see these group of people sit on stage and argue and fake fight? Now, listen, and this brings me back to dating coaches. Dating coaches is entertainment. To me, the majority of these dating coaches are entertainment. Now, they've been able to merge. Now, people say, well, the red pill has always been about dating coaches. No, the Manosphere has had those elements of dating and all that, right? But the red pill philosophy has never truly been about how to get with this woman and that woman. Never, ever. But again, whatever you want to interpret it as, I guess. Whatever you want to interpret it as, right? This, I just never interpreted it as it about getting girls. I just never saw it as that. You want to say the Manosphere had those elements, okay. But the red pill philosophy itself was never really about that. But be that as it may, we're not talking about the red pill philosophy. We're not talking about men who speak to other men. We're talking about men or males who speak to these women lying to them. We've been warning y'all about the Derek Jacksons of the world, the failures. Now he is losing his mind. How many times do we have to basically tell you people that these people are fake? How many times? How many times do we have to tell you that, these people are not who they say they are? But I want to get into what Keita Rose, had to say on her Instagram. I'm going to go to the first post, because she's upset. Now again, these are people she worked with. If you had all these gripes, you still work with them until you got let go. Let me see, put this on the screen. Now, this was her post. I guess she was supposed to be on the road with them, but then she put this post up January 18th. That's when a lot of this started. She said, long post. Won't be in St. Louis and Memphis this weekend. And man, y'all show me so much love. I'll be back before you know it. This is the last time you'll see me working with Ace Metaphor. I've been touring with Tonight's Conversation for years. And I just want to tell everyone that has supported me, thank you. For those of you who bought my merch or told me that my content personality got them through the hard times, I want to say y'all got me through the hardest years of my life. And y'all didn't even know it. What started off as a podcast that encouraged the community to talk about abuse, trauma, and infidelity, etc., turned into an environment where all of that and more took place. Of course, you put a bunch of insecure people in one space. What do you think is going to happen? All those people who sit on that stage needs therapy. Not crowds of people going to see them. A lot of times abuse got swept under the rug because no one speaks up. Once I process the situation in its entirety and navigate through all the NDAs I signed, I'm going to share every detail with the same audience that got me through it. I love y'all more than you know. If you support me, still support the show, because some of your faves are dealing with their fair share of issues. Yes, we are entertainers, but please remember we are human. Don't send hate anywhere. Just tune in, watch my story when it comes out is all I ask, and take note. Hopefully my story saves people from going through what I went through. And that was her first post. That was back on the 18th. That was her preemptive post, because y'all know she's posted more, and we're gonna get to some of it because I'm on her. I'm not on her TikTok. I'm on her Instagram. I told you I'm not a TikTok person. I'm really not a TikTok person. But let me see if I can find. Salute to everybody that's here. Make sure that y'all like the stream. Okay, this might be the original one that went viral. Even though she signed NDAs. I don't know how you can sign an NDA and then tell everything. That's that's a heck of an NDA you can sign and still tell everything.
Rant is going to mention abuse. And if you can't handle all that because Trump's inauguration is on Martin Luther King Day and that's just too much for you already, I understand. Come back and see this tomorrow. It's going to be up. After the Diddy situation, I often ask myself how people could be so inconsiderate and insensitive in the comments and ask questions like why it takes so long, or how come they didn't say this, or how come everybody wants to come out of the woodwork. So I kind of want to break down abuse real quick so that the in the back that ain't never been abused, or maybe the ones that are doing the abusing, could really understand where I'm coming from. So let's make some things clear. What are the different types of abuse? Well, there's financial, there's physical, there's sexual, there's mental, there's emotional, there's verbal. There's a lot of different types of abuse. So it's important to know all the different types so you can identify it if somebody want to get stupid with you. I just don't understand why people wait so long in order to talk about their abuse. Well, let's go over some of the things that the victim has to face once they've come out. Firstly, you're going to be alone. So when you first start talking about your abuse, you have to understand there's going to be a lot of people around you that love, care about, and believe your abuser. You're going to get talked to crazy, talked about, lied to, and lied on. Keita, why? The victim didn't do anything. Why are they going through that? Well, because they're disrupting a cycle. Imagine you tell your family during Christmas that Uncle Joe can't really keep his hands to himself. Well, now you're the one that's ruined Christmas. The burden falls on the one who talks. Remember that. See, it's up because the people that love your abuser have to now choose between believing you and enabling them. So the hard part is done, right? Saying it, getting it out there. But now you have to do the harder part, which is prove it. Then you notice everybody around you that had the same opinion, had the same experience, gets the same feelings about said person, said abuser. You'll see them cower down. You'll see them shut the up. Why? Because everyone gets rowdy when we're talking about it. Yeah, that happened to me. Yeah, we can't stand for this. Yeah, who do they think they are? Until it's time to really stand on business and mean what the you say. And you'll see that 99% of the who had a problem before don't know what you're talking about anymore. So now you're jealous, bitter, angry, broke, money hungry, or whatever else the abuser is going to call you to then paint themselves more credible. You can't listen to such and such because did you know? In my cases, did you know that she suffers from mental illness? She's crazy. And you know what? All right. Victims have to answer questions like, well, if the abuse was so bad, why didn't you leave earlier? And to that
Now, the reason why I'm showing this is because this was a prelude to everything she's talking about, is going to be talking about in regards to her coworkers. That's what she's basically referring to, is the fact that she feels like she was a victim and abused at the workplace. You know, so that's why this was her ranting after the post that I read earlier.
I'd say it depends on what's connected to the abuse. Some people's abusers are tied to everything they have or everything they've ever known. Imagine being like, I know Ashton owns everything in your bank account and he owns the house and the car and custody of the kids and everything that's ever been near or dear to your heart, but just walk away. Fuck you, Jan. You walk away. I'm staying. I'm gonna figure this out. Here's some scary ass truths that victims have to face before they confront their abuser. People might not believe you. People might talk shit. Everybody might turn against you. You might get sued and then have to be abused and pay. Might get diddied. Everybody has pneumonia. Victims have to hear shit like, you don't look abused. You look okay. You don't look sad or mad. Okay, well, let me just go home and shit on myself. Rub it all over. That way I just look like I feel inside. Victims get to see abusers play victim. And a lot of your faves are so good at playing victim The image is like, mwah, chef's kiss. A couple things victims need to understand, and if you ain't clocked nothing else this whole video, go ahead and clock this. You don't get any reward for shutting the up. What, Keita? That doesn't even make sense, because you just said what could happen to the victims by speaking out. Absolutely, but also what could happen to a victim by shutting the up is the abuser gets to keep going and keep abusing, and they don't stop. So someone has to say something. And lastly, but most importantly, let's talk about after something traumatic happening, the victim having to heal. Whilst a lot of the times, whilst watching their abusers shine. And don't worry, abusers are never alone. A lot of the times they shine with the people that enable the abuse. Because abuse is okay as long as you benefit. As long as you benefit. My abuser says that everybody has a price. All those things are important to consider if you want to confront your abuser, if you want to start speaking out about your story. I'm ready to confront mine. So I think it's time that we have a real conversation. Trigger warning, this rant is going to mention abuse. And if you...
Okay. Now, again, this rant was mainly about her ex-employer. A lot of this is over money. It's about feeling like she was owed more than what she had. And she didn't get that. Make sure that y'all like the stream. Like the stream, family.
Welcome to episode 1 of Who the Fuck Did I Work For? So because I'm unemployed, this is my content now. So if you like content like this, like, share, subscribe. Subscribe to my YouTube channel and hit that little bell notification. So this is the creator of the pod. This is Randy Rosario, Mike the Poet, Trip Fontaine, Fine Ass Keita Rose, and Mojo Gaja. A lot of you guys are like, well, I don't care about this bitch or that bitch. Where's my favorite? Oh, shit, there she go to your favorite. She be dropping them gems. This is Kitty Rose. She got Randy out quick, fast. She said, I want your spot. How can I manipulate everyone to get it? I'm going to detail that, though, in the following episodes. It's going to be like 500 episodes. Uh-oh.
Do y'all remember that who the F did I marry, something like that? Or who the hell did I marry? Y'all remember that TikTok series that is still probably going on right now? I guess she's doing her version of it. Everybody want to do their version of that, right?
She knew dude was like this, but stayed silent as long as she was getting paid.
Yeah.
She's no victim.
Appreciate that. Great February. It was good to see you. It was good, JJ Diesel. Shout out to everybody that's here. Make sure y'all like the stream. Yeah, I say this in all these situations. I'm very consistent. If you're dealing with a toxic environment, why do you stay? Now she'll say, well, she quit her job and was touring with these people for years. Why didn't you create your own? You had years to create your own platform, whether it be a podcast. You knew you had people that liked you and supported you, right? You could have splintered off and done your own thing before this became your main source of income, right? Being very tunnel vision, short-sighted. You should have been long-term. See, that's the problem with people. They don't think long-term, right? And by the way, again, she's doing these series of videos, but I thought she signed an NDA.
This feature, this guy says he used to be with Kitty, but that can't be true because it would have been around the time she was married, and she can't stand side bitches and she can't stand cheating women. Ho, the drama, the tea. Hope we all heal.
Never, again, if you never quit your job to work with people you don't know, especially in entertainment. Well, with people who don't have a solid foundation, always have your own. Women always be the main ones saying they got to have their own. But you put your financial future and present in the hands of this guy, right? This next video.
Watching part 2 of Who the Fuck Did I Work For? I just want to address a few things that have been really pissing me off. Number 1, I'm not one of those friends that fall
What's good, Manani? Make sure y'all like the streams. Shout out to everybody that's here.
out with a friend and tell their business. These hoes actually never liked me at all. This isn't a hurt people situation. This is a you fucked around and now you're gonna find out. A lot of you are saying this seems a little one-sided, Keita. Right, because I'm the only one talking. So since your faves get paid to speak on a daily basis, they should have no problem freaking out. Before it was Tonight's Conversation, live and uncut. It was Tonight's Conversation, love, sex, and relationships. The tour. I had never been on tour before. I was content creating and working HR at Kraft Macaroni and Cheese. I was HR there. By the way, since we're doing this, y'all probably shouldn't be eating that shit either, but if they sue me, they're gonna take my son, so I best be shutting that ass up. But I got to meet some really great people. I met the very talented Jaye Martinez, the very funny TC Caldwell, the really beautiful and talented K-Love the poet, and Joe! Look how happy I am. Stupid girl. This healed, emotionally mature, ready for marriage man. Honestly, the show was a vibe. It was a vibe. It was intimate. It was positive. I had millions of followers.
Yes, I believe she's a single mother. And I could say something else, but I'm not gonna say it. But if you listen to her and you have a thought in your head of something, you probably are right.
TC had millions of followers, but he lost his page. And when he lost his page, Mojo Jojo said, "You're no longer valuable. Goodbye." This is my best friend. And the reason why I'm in this fucking predicament, she was following Mojo Jojo and couldn't believe he picked me to be on tour. So when Mojo Jojo hired me, he said that we were going to make a lot of money because he had done a lot of shows. This wasn't his first show. This was my first tour, but not his. He used to be on tour with, who's that?
Jackson.
Apparently it started out a card game, but then they like moved it to making content and then moved it on the road. I don't know. So one of the products sold on tour that made the tour and made him so lucrative is his card game. But word on the curb, allegedly is, this was not his idea. A little birdie told me that the card game was his idea, but he just didn't know how to market it right. Good thing Mojo Jojo is a master marketer. Ooh. Unfortunately, this is going to be the end of part 2. But don't worry, we're going to give you a sneak peek of what's to come in part 3.
That's what I'm telling you. Why so y'all men really don't like getting y'all asses ate? No. Man, for what? Y'all better be glad I don't know. Oh, shit. Because I put these niggas after I be licking ass. I like for men to pee on me. Okay? In all true honesty, it's something about that stream hitting that...
Oh my God.
Hello, and thank you for watching part 2 of...
Oh, I guess that's everybody's favorite on the show. That's you Negro's favorite. She say she really about that. Oh man. Oh, what's going on out here, family? What is going on out here?